Hello friends, this is Rohit. Welcome to this video. In this video, we will try to explore the application Pydoid 3, which is used for executing Python programs on Android phone. Okay, so friends, if you are visiting this channel first time, please subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon for getting the notification of latest video from this channel. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, I will try to give you quick intro about Python. What is Python? Why Python is trending nowadays? Why we should use and learn Python? Okay. So basically, Python is popular programming language, and it was created by Van Rossum in 1991. And Python can be ideally used for development of web applications, which are basically server side. Then you can use it for software development, for mathematics operations, and for system scripting as well. So what Python can do for you? So it can use on server to create web applications. It can use to connect your application to the database system. It can use for working with files. Then it can having ability to handle big data and for performing some complex operation on it, like data analysis, etc. Okay, so why Python is trending nowadays? Okay, so basically it has support for various platforms including Mac, Windows, Linux, etc. Then the syntax of Python is quite simpler as compared to other programming language. So Python is the most easiest language that you can start learning. Okay, so its syntax are quite similar to your plain English language, so very easily you can learn the Python language. So learning curve of Python language is quite simple as compared to other programming languages learning curve. Okay, then Python has syntax that allow developer to write program with fewer lines, okay, as compared to other programming languages. So if in other programming languages you require 10 lines to do certain tasks, then in Python you can do it with 2 or 3 lines. Okay, so reducing the number of lines can be achieved in the Python. Then Python runs on the interpreter system, means the code is executed as soon as it is written. Okay, so line by line code execution is done in the Python. Okay, then Python supports procedural approach, then it supports OOP approach as well as functional approach. Okay, so you can work with Python in any approach whichever you want. Okay, now let's come to the IDE called Pydoid 3. Name of IDE is Pydoid 3. Okay, because it is using Python version 3. Okay, so this is IDE, that is integrated development environment for Python 3 in the Android. Okay, so this IDE is basically offered by IIEC firm or software company. Okay, so same software company is offering different IDEs as well for Java, for C, C++. I have already made video on the IDE that is used for executing C, C++ program on Android device. Okay, you can find that video in the playlist of this channel. Okay, so friends, I have already installed this IDE within my mobile phone. You can simply visit Play Store and search for this Pydoid 3 IDE and you can install it. After installing, as you can see the icon on my screen, so same kind of icon will be available on your screen. So in order to exploring this, simply I will tap on this icon. So you can see the interface of this Pydoid 3 IDE. So before exploring the all GUI components of this IDE, I will try to give you quick intro about this Pydoid 3 IDE and what features it provide you. So basically this Pydoid 3 is the most easy to use and powerful educational Python 3 IDE for Android device. Its features basically include offline interpreter for Python, means there will be no internet connection required for executing Python programs on your mobile phone. Then next feature it provide you, that is PIP package manager. Okay, PIP is the name of package manager for your Python programming language. So this IDE supports PIP package manager as well, and it also supports some custom repositories system. Okay, from where you can download different libraries and Python files, okay, for your project. Then it has support for various Python libraries including NumPy, SciPy, Matplotlib, Jupyter, etc. Okay, so you can simply use your PIP and you can get all these libraries with this application. Okay, so if your project need any of these libraries, you can install it and you can use it. Then it has support for OpenCV. Okay, so this is basically library for working with cameras. Okay, so support for OpenCV is also available. Then it also support for framework TensorFlow and PyTorch, okay, which is used in machine learning. So it also has support for basic examples of various libraries. Okay, so you can explore examples and you can directly use them within this IDE. Then it basically allow you to build and install dependencies from the command line interface or CLI. Okay, so all these are basically features that are supported by this Pydroid 3 IDE. Okay, now let's try to explore the interface. So first of all, you can see this white space. So this is basically your editor where you can start typing different Python commands. Okay, so here at top you can see this blue button bar which give you access of all special symbols you will require while writing program. So no need to install any other programming keyboard. Okay, so likewise this editor you can use for writing your Python code, and line numbers are also shown there, you can see. Okay, then in the top right corner you can see three dots are there. If you tab on this menu will appear. So undo, redo, search, go to, line number, these basic options you can use by tapping on these three dots. Then next to that you can see one bulb icon, this is there. If you tab on this, it will show you these three different options. So first option, get names. So if you have any program which is written within this editor, so it will show you all identifier names from that particular program. Then to jump to specific assignments statements, you can use this go to assignments option. Then go to definitions, this option can be used to jump to specific definition. Okay, then next to that you can see that folder icon. Okay, so if you tap on this, it will show you basic options that are used for creating new file, opening file, saving file, save as particular file, close file, recent file. Okay, all these basic options you can access from this folder icon. Okay, then next to that you can see the file name. So right now this new file is getting created here, and there is a asterisk sign at the end of this file. It means that this file is not saved till now. So if I tab on this folder icon and if I click on save, it will show me the local storage, and it will allow me to select the location where I want to save my file. So simply I will go to my local storage and I will create one new folder here. So let's say Python programming, and in this folder here it is. So I will select this folder and I will save this file with name demo py. Py is the extension of Python file. So simply I will save this file. Now you can see our file is saved with name demo.py and whatever location we had selected. Okay, like this you can save your file, so later on you can access your code. Okay, so next to that you can see this hamburger menu, 3 lines. So if you tab on these 3 lines, this menu will pop up in front of you from left side. So list of options you can see. We will try to understand each option one by one, and then we will try to see how we can run our Python code. Okay, so first option you can see premium. So this is trial version of this Pydroid 3. Okay, so if you want to get premium version, so you can simply tap on this get premium. It will show you the pricing details and the features which are available for premium members. So right now we are using this free version, so we will not have support for premium libraries, code prediction, code analysis, and no ads. Okay, so for premium members all these features will be available. Okay, so if you want to buy premium, you can go for buying premium version as well, but if you are a basic user, you can go with trial version as well. Okay, then next option you have interpreter. Okay, now what is this interpreter? So basically this interpreter takes the code that you have written into high level language and it converts the code into the language which your computer hardware can understand. Okay, so interpreter basically converts high level code to low level code. Low level code means machine level code or byte code, 01 format. Okay, so for this interpreter if you tab, so it will help you to directly execute your Python statement as well. For example, if I give command 5 plus 7 and if I hit enter, you can see the result 12. Okay, or if I give statement printf or print, okay, print hello, and if I hit enter, it will show me hello message. So basically this interpreter help you to execute some Python commands directly. Okay, so next to interpreter you have terminal. So this terminal basically help you to access the Android's built-in Linux command line shell. Okay, so if I tab on terminal, it will show me interface like this. I can try basic commands within this terminal. Okay, suppose if I type echo hello, so it will print this same line, or if I type command date, it will show me today's date and time. Okay, or if I type pwd, that is print working directory, so it will show me the directory in which currently I am working. Or if I need any help regarding commands in Linux, I will simply type help. So right now you can see it is showing all different commands. Okay, so you can go through these commands as per your requirement. Okay, so this is basically use of terminal here. Okay, then next option pip. Okay, in the intro I told you pip is the package manager for Python programming language. Okay, so while writing program you may need different packages, you may need different libraries. Okay, so management of all these packages and libraries can be done with help of this pip, that is package manager for Python. So if I tab on this pip, so it will show me these different tabs. So if you tab on first option libraries, it will show me list of libraries that are currently installed with this Pydroid 3 app. All these libraries are currently supported into the Pydroid 3 app. Okay, then next search libraries. If you want to search particular library, you can search that library from this option. Then install. If you want to install certain library, you can specify name of that library and you can install that library. Then quick install. Here they have given the most popularly used packages or libraries with Python list, you can see. Okay, so all these libraries you can install with this application using this option. Okay, for installing particular library, you can see there is a install button given in front of library name. Okay, so whichever library you want to install, you can simply tap on install button and it will get installed. At the top of this list you can see there are three libraries: TensorFlow, OpenCV, Python and Torch. These three libraries are available only for premium members. Okay, because these libraries are basically hard to port on Android. Okay, so they hired certain developer for doing this task and they paid for it. That's why they are not giving, or they are not offering these libraries to free version or free members. Okay, so if you are premium member, then and then only you can have support for these libraries within this Pydroid 3 app. Okay, so other libraries you can see Jupyter is there. Okay, then you can see Matplotlib is there, then NumPy, Pandas, Pillow, all these popular libraries. SciPy is there, Scikit-learn is there. Okay, so support for all these libraries are available. Whichever package, whichever library you need, you simply tap on install button in front of that. It will be allow us to install. Suppose I want to install this NumPy, so I will tap on this install button. Then it will show me this message: Pydroid repository plugin is missing. Okay, so in order to install these libraries, you need to install one more plugin for this Pydroid 3 app. By default, if you are basic user and if you don't need any library, then you don't have to install this extra plugin. But if you want to install any of these libraries, then you have to install this Pydroid repository plugin. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to simply tap on this get plugin button. It will redirect me to the Play Store. Select here Play Store. Here you can see you need to install this Pydroid repository plugin. Okay, for managing the different libraries. Okay, so simply install this plugin and then you will be able to install the given library whichever you want. Okay, so simply install this plugin and then you will be able to work with all these libraries. Okay, so right now I don't want to work with any of these libraries, so I will skip the installation. If you want, you can install it later on. You will be able to install any of given list of libraries. Okay, so PIP option is important, which allow us to manage libraries and package for Python. Okay, next to PIP you have share option. Okay, so if you want to share your written code, okay, you can use this share option. So if you tap on share option, it will show you various available option where you can share your code. Okay, next to that you have Pastebin. Basically this Pastebin is a website that allow users to share the plain text through the public post called Paste. Okay, so if you want to put your code on a public platform, you can use this Pastebin option. Then next to that you have samples. So as I told, this Pydroid 3 app consists different sample programs. Okay, so the categories you can observe. Okay, so if I tab on basics, so it will show me basic programs of Python. So if I tab on this hello world, so it will show me two options: extract and open. So if you tab extract, so it will extract the file on given location. Okay, or if I just click on open, it will open that hello world.py file directly into our editor. Okay, so like this you can use various samples. You can explore these various samples to learn Python code or to learn how various libraries are working. Okay, it is quite useful for beginner programmers. Okay, then next option you have get more IDs. As I told, the developer IIC is offering different IDs for C, C++, Java. Okay, so to get that IDs, simply you can tap on this link. So it will redirect us to Play Store and it will show us various IDs. Friends, I already made a video on this CXX Droid, which is offline compiler for executing C++ program. Okay, so you can go through that video if you want to know about how to use this CXX Droid application. And you can see list of IDs that are offered by IIEC software company. Okay, then next to that we have different settings. Okay, so if you tab on this settings option, you can see settings for editor, then appearance, then system, code analysis. Okay, so if you tab on editor, it will show you basic settings of editor. Okay, so at top you have first option, preserve files on exist. Right now it is disabled. If you enable it, then it will save the state of your file. So whenever you will close this application and reopen it, so you will get the same state of file again. Okay, then word wrap. Okay, so whenever while typing you will reach to the end of screen, it will automatically continue to the next line. Then tab insert spaces. So if you enable this, your tab option will be allow you to insert spaces. The next option you have allow keyboard suggestion. If you enable this, it will allow you different keyboard suggestion while typing your code. Then next option, autocomplete quotes or braces. So in programming, whenever you will type any quote or brace, it will autocomplete it by default. So right now it is enabled. If you don't want it, you can disable it. Then volume navigation. So your volume keys can be used for navigating your cursor. Right now it is enabled, so you can use it. Then button bar. So here if I go back and if I show you what is button bar, so here you can see this blue line. Here you can see this blue line, blue strip at the top of keyboard. So this is actually called button bar. So you can see here all different special symbols are listed out. Okay, for quick access. Okay, so this is called button bar. Okay, so to quick access this all special symbol, you should enable this button bar. Okay, so right now it is enabled. If you don't want it, you can disable it. Then button bar list, you can see this is all special symbols which are available into the button bar. If you want to add new symbol, you can simply add that symbol with a space. Okay, then next option you have tab length. So you can control the tab length. Here right now it has length 5 spaces. So whenever you will hit a tab, it will create 5 spaces. Okay, so all these are basic editor settings you have. Then appearance setting will allow you to control the font, then font size as per your requirement. Okay, suppose I will change it to 24. Then you have different themes for this PyDroid 3 app. Right now we have light theme. You can try these different themes as well if you want. Then in system setting, you can observe this all different settings. Okay, so first options you have enable autocomplete. Okay, so right now it is enabled, so it will autocomplete the code. Okay, then additional pylint argument. Okay, so basically this pylint is a source code bug and quality checker for Python programming language. So while writing code, it enforces the different Python standards. Okay, so you can control the pylint behavior here by specifying the different standard. Okay, right now you can see this W0312 and W0614, these are disabled. Okay, so likewise you can specify the different arguments for pylint. Okay, so if you make any change with this pylint argument, you need to restart, then and then only it will take effect. Okay, then next to you have option use double back to quit. So if you tab on this back button 2 times, you will quit from this PyDroid 3 app. Okay, or you will exit from this PyDroid 3 app. Okay, then you have next option build isolation in PIP. Okay, so if you are working on certain project which needs libraries and packages which are not installed, so if you disable this, it will not automatically install required libraries and packages. Okay, so you need to install them manually. All dependencies you need to manage manually if it is disabled. Okay, then additional permission. Okay, so what additional permission this Pydroid 3 application require, you can go and you can observe it on the Google product page. Okay, so if your application requires camera access, Bluetooth access, then you need to allow that permissions to Pydroid 3 app. Okay, then next option, you have interpreter name. It simply shows you the name of interpreter which is using for interpreting Python programs. Okay, so our interpreter name is Python 3. Okay, then next option, you have OMP num threads. So this basically control the number of threads that will be supported into the libraries used by the OpenMP. OpenMP is basically open multi-platform. Okay, so it basically affects the RAM usage. Okay, so right now value is 8. If you want more number of thread, you can increase it, but it will also consumes your RAM. Okay, so next option, you have custom shell path. So if you have some different shell or interpreter that you want to use for executing your program, you can provide path of that custom shell here. Okay, so that will be involved in the execution of program. Okay, in the same way, you can observe settings for different libraries like HDL2 and tkinter. Tkinter is basically a library which allow us to develop GUI based application using Python. Okay, so these settings you will find within the system option. Then you have code analysis. Now in the code analysis, you can observe these different options you have. So first option is show refactor. So refactor is a process by which you will rearrange your Python code without affecting the functionality. Okay, so for extending your Python code, you can use this refactor. Right now it is disabled. Okay, if you want to show refactor, you can enable this. Then show convention. So it shows you different Python convention while developing your program. Right now it is enabled. If you want, you can right now it is disabled. If you want, you can enable it. Okay, next you have show warning. So all different warnings during programming can be shown. Then next option, you have show errors. So it will show you the errors into the program. And at last, you have show fatal errors. So fatal errors will be reported if this option is enabled. Okay, so like this, you have this code analysis option within this setting. At last, you have about and legal. So it will show you the version and different licenses. And right now we have disabled the data collection. So data regarding the crash report and analytics will not shared. Okay, so like this, you have this setting option. Then you have this terminal settings regarding terminal you can control here. Okay, so we will not go in details of these settings. Okay, but if you just look at the settings, you have screen settings, then your text settings, keyboard settings, where you can change the different keys like control key, function key. Then shell settings you have, where you can control the path variable. Okay, now we will try to see how we can execute Python code in the Pydroid 3 app. Now we are quite familiar to all options available within this Pydroid 3. Okay, now suppose we have this file hello world.py and we want to execute this file. Okay, so this file consists one statement, print hello world. Okay, which will print hello world on the output screen. So in order to run this code, simply I will tab on this yellow button. Okay, so you can see here the output hello world. Like this, you can execute different Python programs. Suppose I will go to samples and I will choose for loop. Okay, so which will print the factorial of a number. So simply I will tap on this yellow button, so you can see the output. The factorial of 10 is shown in the output. Likewise, you can try different programs and you can execute different programs of a Python, okay, from given samples. Okay, so these samples are really helpful. Please go through all samples and try to execute different Python programs. Okay, so this different samples like tkinter, pygame, you need to install different libraries like numpy, matplotlib. Okay, so to execute this example, you need to install first of all libraries, okay, from pip menu. Okay, so like this you can execute Python programs on your mobile phone using Pydroid 3 application. Okay, so friends, if you find this video useful, please like and share it with your friends. I will see you in next video. Thank you for watching.